Am I the a-hole for kicking out my son-in-law for bring salad like I asked? I have a son-in-law, let's call him Jeff, that I do not get along with. I find him to be incompetent. Clearly I am not a fan and I am not going to pretend about that. He is a prankster, and for the most part they are harmless if not annoying. I used to cook a ton for get-togethers, but I am getting old. Instead, when we have a dinner we do a potluck. We have a shared document where I list items that need to be brought. For example, salad, chicken dish, dessert, and so on. People will put their name next to the items they are bringing. My daughter travels often, so there have been multiple times where he will come alone. This is where issues arise. He will sign up for an item and then bring in a joke version. He signed up to bring a fish entree and brought in candy sushi. Well, multiple hate chicken, so they didn't have an entree to eat. Claims he will bring in lasagna and it was a cake. I have talked to him and multiple members of the family have. My daughter said she will handle it, but she can't stop him when she is gone. It's a problem since his lying makes it so we run out of entree food and now I have to cook more. It annoys other members also since they usually go home hungry. Really, first time was funny and now it's just fucking annoying. This time I asked him to just bring a salad, just sign up for the salad. He can buy a kit at Walmart, but please bring a salad. He came to the event with a bowl of candy and called it a candy salad. I kicked him out and started making a salad for dinner. He is pissed. My daughter and him are calling me a jerk for kicking him out.
Not the a-hole, but for heaven's sake, stop inviting him.
If I did that I would get shit for excluding him from the family. Trust me, I want to not invite him, but that would blow up in my face.
It's your house. Grow a pair. Stop inviting him to a few events. They will get the message since words don't seem to work. If your family doesn't like his absence, they can invite him and deal with his pranks.
Invite him for the wrong date and time, then be like, haha, just kidding. Bonus points if you make it look like you're throwing him a birthday party. Do it over and over. Call him by the wrong name, over and over. When you're out at restaurants with them, make like you're going to the bathroom, find your server, and change his order. When he attends a family potluck, have a plate of rubber food and serve that to him, over and over. But the simplest solution is to disregard any of his attempts to sign up for a food item. You wouldn't expect one of the grandchildren to competently provide a dish. His dude sounds less mature.
Not the a-hole. Tell your daughter he is no longer welcome to come to family dinners unless she is there to accompany him and has personally checked their food contribution. Tell her it isn't funny when he leaves other people going hungry. And it isn't a prank when he deliberately makes you extra work at the last minute. He has proven himself untrustworthy and she clearly isn't handling it. The whole point of you moving to potluck dinners is that you're getting on in years and can no longer cope with the workload of catering for so many people. It might have been a prank if he brought out a joke serving, and then immediately afterwards, brought out the real one. But A, even that would get old if repeated too much, and B, it wouldn't be funny now, when he has spent so long being annoying about the food.
I can't even fathom not actually having the dish to pull out after the joke. It could actually be funny and clever then. Instead, it's just mean.
Not the a-hole. Your son-in-law is an a-hole who deserves to have his victims stop enabling him. That's all you did. You are enforcing a boundary and making it clear that his shenanigans are not acceptable. Hopefully he'll learn his lesson. A true prankster would play the prank and then go get the actual salad from the car, where he left it. This boy is just an a-hole.
Am I the a-hole for making it clear my daughter isn't a bully, but clearly her daughter is a thief? My daughter is a very good student. She has been on honor roll for all of middle school. She is in 8th grade and in the Advanced track. She is in some regular classes like Spanish, vocab, EXT. They do not do advanced tracks for those subjects, and the whole class, 50-ish, gets all the same homework. All the locker are in the hall. This is all relevant. It wasn't uncommon for her to help students out with homework if asked. Over time she got sick of doing it and stopped. Ever since Christmas break, she has been struggling. Before I thought she was messing up, but no. She would do homework and then it would be missing when it was time to turn it in. We bought new organizers and she would be missing stuff. I knew the work was done, but missing. Then 2 weeks ago she was accused of cheating since someone had almost the same essay as her. We also noticed only her physical stuff in the normal classes would be missing, not her stuff on the computer. Some teachers are old school. She was extremely frustrated and was on track to getting CS in some of her classes. She told the teacher and no one believed her. So she recorded her locker and another student was taking her work. Let's call that girl Beth. My daughter was not quiet and turned in the proof to her teachers. Basically the whole grade knew she was stealing homework. I got a call into the office. They are fixing my daughter's grade and Beth's mom was trying to get her in trouble for bullying. I told her enough after a while that my daughter isn't a bully and clearly her daughter is a thief. She called me a dick and I refused to allow my daughter to get in trouble.
How was the other girl getting into your daughter's locker?
There were no locks on them. The school didn't allow locks due to a lot of middle schoolers forgetting their code and locking themselves out. Really, it was the honors system. Maybe they will rethink that rule now.
Info: the teacher didn't notice that Beth's homework was suddenly in your daughter's handwriting?
I asked the same thing. According to the teachers, both girls have messy handwriting, so they didn't notice. The real answer is they were not paying attention and thought my daughter just wasn't doing the work.
Info: what exactly is Beth's mom saying that justifies calling your daughter a bully? Not the a-hole, in any case.
The whole grade knows what she did since my daughter didn't keep it quiet. That's bullying according to her.
Geez, the things people will tell themselves just to avoid accountability. Hope your daughter is relieved from all of this. Good luck.
Not the a-hole OP, you called a thief a thief. The fact that her mom was trying to flip it on your child makes it clear that this kind of behavior is at best tolerated and at worst supported by her parents. Beth's a brat and this is probably her first instance of actions meeting consequences. May it be a memorable experience for her.
Am I the a-hole for telling my sister-in-law she can't use my bridal suite for her kid? Me, female 31, and my fiancé, male 35, are getting married. His brother, male 41, and his brother's wife, female 34, are due to have a baby any day now. By the time we get married, the kid will be 7 or 8 months old. We live an hour away from my in-laws, Brosis mother and father. The wedding will be 4 to 5 hours away for us all. 2 months prior to telling us they were expecting, we had a convo where in very clear terms, they told us, children are not in our immediate future. At the time they were living with her parents, she's an only child, and he had switched jobs. So, you can imagine we were happy but also confused as they went from no kids we aren't ready to we're cooking up a kid. We are having a child-free wedding. The only exception we've made to this is my future nephew. My fiancé asked his brother to be his best man. My sister-in-law is not involved in any part of the day except to be my bro-in-law's +1. Originally, my mother-in-law said that she would plan my bridal shower with my mom. She casually mentioned to me one day that she didn't have the bandwidth to host my bridal shower as she will be helping with childcare for sister-in-law. I don't understand how the two are related, but my mom will plan a perfectly fine bridal shower without my mother-in-law. I pushed my wedding dress shopping date back because my mother-in-law didn't want to spend 2 weekends traveling for dress shopping and a baby shower. My fiancé expected that his brother would plan a bachelor party. Up until recently, the plan was to take an international trip. But now that he will be a father, he won't travel far. My fiancé is not happy about this and has argued some of the domestic destinations they are selecting are further than some international places. Now that the baby is due to be here any day, my brother-in-law has preemptively requested that we give them bridal suite, the space on site at the venue where we can get ready, refresh, relax, access to care for the baby. We were both upset. I am okay with having their child at my wedding because I know how attached parents can be, but I am not okay making accommodations for a child that just as easily could not be at my wedding. My sister-in-law is an only child. So, we offered to invite her parents, understanding they would stay at the Airbnb and take care of the baby. They didn't like this option even though the Airbnb is booked, and I am not exaggerating when I say this, it is around the corner from the venue. We offered them ceremony-only options so during cocktail hour they can leave. They did not like this option. It is clear that the priorities of my fiancé's family have become this child. I do not want to be resentful of this baby or my sister-in-law. Yet, before we've finalized our menu, we are being asked how we can make our wedding comfortable for a baby we didn't expect would be there. Am I the a-hole for saying no, you cannot use the amenities that are provided to us as bride and groom to give your kid some milk and a nap?
Not the a-hole.
If it gets to be too much, you can always tell your sister-in-law that maybe it's best they don't bring the child, prepare for a shitstorm, weather it out, and when it's all done you will either find your sister-in-law and maybe your mother-in-law will boycott your wedding, or they will be grateful that you're willing to relent and allow them to bring the child at all. Just remember, it's not your mom and sister, it's your soon-to-be husbands. Let him worry about their relationship. You worry about your boundaries and not letting his family walk all over you.
Lol, the chaos option was my first choice, but out of respect for my future husband, I won't do it. He has a small family, and we have all up until a few months ago been kind and amenable to each other. I imagine when the baby comes the fanfare will die down a bit.
Not the a-hole. That's your space. They need to use the Airbnb if baby needs anything. We are having a child-free wedding. The only exception we've made to this is my future nephew. You've also been kind there.
Not the a-hole. This sounds like your fiancé's problem. My honest assessment of the issue is that your fiancé needs to uninvite his brother to be his best man. At this point, he should offer his brother and his brother's wife the opportunity to not attend the wedding. Although this is hurtful, they are a new family and this is a very important part of development for your nephew. This would seem to be the best solution for both parties involved, as you would get the wedding you were hoping for and they would be able to care for their child.
What do you think of these stories? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel for more interesting stories.